schedule a lot because we're dancers.
Okay.
So we've had to bring everything in our home, start working out at home. I definitely think I'm going to continue to do most things by yourself. I don't think you realise how much you can do on your own until obviously the whole world basically shuts down.
Have you done anything like give yourself a haircut or anything?
Oh, definitely. I'm a full barber now. I don't think I'll go back to the barbers anymore.
I don't even see what's on I'm booking. It's a mess. It's a mess.
Those guys were just brilliant. We've had so many messages on this subject. Anna says, I'd be tempted to stick with Zoom Keep Fit classes. They're great. Angle the camera right and the instructor can't see that your feet aren't doing exactly what they should be.
Well said, Anna. Sounds pretty good.
Good. It sounds good to me too. Now, they have battled their way to the final week as 40 became 3. Yes, we're talking MasterChef, and tonight is the final. But before we speak to the grand finalists, here's a little taster of what to expect.
One cook-off with just one champion. Every single bit of hard work, every cut, every burn, every tear, every bit of laughter, all is about this right now. Your final.
Oh, the suspense is too much. Well, Mike, Alexina and Tom join us this morning. Good morning.
Morning. Good morning.
I mean, congratulations, first of all, to all of you for reaching the final. Tom, how does it feel?
It's absolutely incredible. I mean, I've been a huge fan of the show for so many years, so to get to this point is a dream come true. And I think especially in a year when the competition has been so fierce and there's been so many talented contestants.
And Alexina, I know that you were actually really nervous about actually applying for the show. I bet sitting here now, you're so glad you did.
Well, yeah, definitely relieved now. I think where I was nervous about applying was just in terms of my style, because I don't do one cuisine or one type of dish, the whole time. So I wasn't sure how that was going to be received. But, thankfully I did.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you all got into cooking for very different reasons, didn't you? But Mike, it was your grandma who inspired you.
Yeah, absolutely. It was my nonna who really inspired me. So when they came over from Italy, they were so obsessed with cooking. And when they actually found some good pasta in the UK, they cried. So that shows sort of how obsessed they are.
Well, listen, lots of people are missing eating out at restaurants at the moment. And I know you're going to suggest some restaurant-worthy dishes that people can make at home. Tom, I believe you have starters. So what have you got for us?
Yeah, so I think you can really elevate food at home just with things like fresh herbs and fresh citrus. So I'm suggesting that you take some smoked mackerel, and then with that, you're going to make a citrus and herb salad. So get loads of fresh herbs, coriander, basil, mint, get some orange segments, toss those kind of all together, and then make a quick dressing, just equal parts fish sauce, lime juice, sugar and water, and some hot chilies. And then when you're ready, just toss that all together. It's super quick, super tasty, and a really nice light way to start a meal.
Are there lots of unusual salad combinations then? Because we've heard of like strawberry and balsamic. Are there any others?
I think that you can definitely put fruit. I think fruit's great in savoury salads because it brings that sweetness, which often balances it out. So pineapple, mango, get those in your salads. They can taste delicious.
OK, Mike, you're on the mains. What have you got for us then?
Yeah, so I really love a ragu, which is a classic sort of slow-cooked meat-based sauce from Italy. So you start off with softening your onion, celery and carrots in a pan with some butter and pancetta, and then you add your meat. So I would normally use 50% pork mince and then 50% sort of ox cheek, but you could swap that out for beef mince or something else. Then you add like a nice big glug of red wine and let that reduce all the way down before adding your stock and then tomato puree. And then you just really simmer that away until the ox cheek sort of pulls apart with a fork. I really like it with rigatoni and then finished with some nice parmesan as well.
Wow.
That sounds wonderful.
Great.
I'm starving right now.
Yeah,
I'm going to have that tonight. And Alexina, you've got dessert for us. That's always the best part for me. What have you got for us?
Yeah, so on the show, I obviously did a licorice panna cotta, which seemed to get quite a lot of interest. I think panna cotta is a great, perfect sort of end to a meal. It's even though it's quite simple to make, I think it's impressive. The key to it really is getting the set just right, so it's almost melting, but holding together. And I think what's great about a panna cotta is you can really take it in any direction you want flavour-wise. All you really need is milk, cream, sugar, and some gelatin leaves that have been softened in water. You heat those together. And then you can add in, I did licorice on the show, and I think doing bold flavours is a way of really elevating that dish. And you could put cocoa powder, you could put a shot of espresso in there to make it a coffee panna cotta, or you can just go classic with your vanilla in there. So I think it's a lovely end to the meal, and it's quite light but indulgent at the same time.
Wow, I'm like you, Kim. I am starving now.
I'd be happy with that menu.
That sounds amazing. Listen, best of luck to all three of you for tonight. Well done. To find out which contestant comes out on top, though, you've got to tune in tonight, 8 p.m. on BBC One to watch the final.
Now, it's the Welsh thriller that's become a real hit across the UK.
The daily disclaimer coming up. So working out can be done anywhere, even if you're stuck at home. There's no excuse. So get up off your sofa, whether it's springy or not, and have a go. But of course, remember, if you've got concerns, see your doctor first. It is a marathon, not a sprint. And one final note, plants are optional.
Yeah, we know.
OK, Jeanette, talk us through today's key moves. Gethin, you're doing the modified version.
That job on. Anyway, talking to Gethin, before we begin, we have a very special daily disclaimer today, Gethin, haven't we?
I'm never getting that job back. That was superb, Kim. Yes, I've got the daily disclaimer coming up. So working out can be done anywhere, even if you're stuck at home. There's no excuse. So get up off your sofa, whether it's springy or not, and have a go. But of course, remember, if you've got concerns, see your doctor first. It is a marathon, not a sprint. And one final note, plants are optional.
Yeah, we know.
OK, Jeanette, talk us through today's key moves. Gethin, you're doing the modified version at home.